I made this new because I know that I was like so confused because I have another sacks and stuff, so I was confused, and then I have a cornerback, and that.
Birds come in, sounds like I see seats in there. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that, you from the back of the. I got a girl, Brad. She go to battle. LED logo the tag. I go in back of the. They all from that. My diamonds, they all look at. This, that, I go to bed on bed.
Welcome. And out now come the Seahawks. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your defense for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves when they're back on the field.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Look. Where is?
That's why he's not on it right.
No, there's.
I see him 6'5" where he used to, right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Not when me right, Patchy's right.
Plus,
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be limited to a short gain after the 34-yard line. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and 4. So 2 minutes to go in a wide first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see what the patience is on both sides. Each head coach can hang in there and not try and force
I kind of wish the Nintendo Switch had a way where I could
so 2nd and 8 here
do video
pass play for 2 yards on first down.
I don't personally have a camera. I could record on my phone, but that would be like
out of the gun. Here's Wilson. A hit as he throws.
I'm not letting them tackle him.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. On down, Wilson. He gets it to Brown, complete. Won't see a play on first touchdown. We're going to get a timeout instead.
They slant in.
Come with 36
I'm okay with
ticks to go in half number 1. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Now Wilson on 1st down.
Oh, that's
and this is complete. It's Marshall. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And his throw here is incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
On 2nd down, here's Penny. Unable to stay
they had to get me. They couldn't.
Nice job getting there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. 3rd and 2, now Wilson. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
And I'm a punt returner.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This will be fielded at the 17. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the offense. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. This could have been fun last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you can tend to play the field position game.
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense. If you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Who's the player?
On 1st down, Rosize.
Oh, I told you. Cleo Pike is not a. Oh no, that's
what. A quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease and they can run through. It didn't happen on that play.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And an alley.
Cameron, can you stop? Rubbing out those words because you don't know how to write them next.
They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
You didn't get that many yards. You got in the middle, but
they go play action here on 1st down.
Let's go.
Looking for Baldwin, intercepted.
I like that.
Near the 34.
I like that.
20.
No.
And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line.
4 interceptions in 2 games, bro. I am on fire. If I would have returned that to the house, that would have been crazy.
And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate.
And
of course, they'd like to forget the
play a couple
ending,
of
the
these
interception,
games.
but they
I'm
did
gonna
put
play a
together,
couple
Charles, a nice
of
sustained drive to get him down the
safety.
field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right?
See, you could tell that he was either aiming for 18 or the guy I was on.
In there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of
I would
about
have
8.
gotten either one.
Sometimes I watch games
Dude,
and
I was
wonder why
right in
they
the
use
middle.
play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
We let him too many yards right there.
On that one, it leads to 3rd down.
So they should not be getting
What was
11
going through
yards.
his mind when he got the play call? He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Let's go. Stop the pass. See, I have both of the interceptions that
I would dare
are
say
there.
these guys would have liked
Last
to
time I
give their
checked,
defense a little bit more
these are
rest since they gave
Russell
up a
Wilson's
touchdown their
only
last time out.
interceptions
For the last
this season.
That's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets,
That's
get
not
right back out
really
there.
something to say because, I mean, there's not really much to say because it's only the second game. But there's quarterbacks that get no interceptions
now,
in
they
a
get
season.
set to go back
Like
to work. And a
they
tight
don't
game
throw a
after
single
punting
interception.
last time.
So
See if
2
they can get
interceptions
something going on this drive.
in one game.
With the game this close, you got
that's clear Mac right there. I can already tell. Oh my gosh. See, Khalil, he gets into the backfield.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Again, it's Penny.
That was real life. Bro, that's some broken bones right there. Or like,
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. And on that one, he looked at pressure.
You can't run the ball. Oh, see, I need to turn this injury thing down low. Because I don't like it how everyone's always getting injured.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
See, I like the team that I play for, and this is the first season I'm a rookie. This means I was
they really couldn't get anything going.
Deep inside their own territory,
they have a
which
good
means
team.
you're going to lose the field position back as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency.
That was my strong safety. I come up there, hit him with the hit stick, and
that's what they're looking for here.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes,
now I'm going
you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
Come on. See, I like it when I'm able to do those types of things, where I'm able to get past and actually help. I'm actually there to help get the tackle. But when I miss it like that, it just is not.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. Wide open, it's Marshall complete. Give him 30 yards there.
See, that was my fault. I saw him cut.
It's almost unfair.
He made that
so many plays,
cut quick.
But even
He
when
went
you think
down,
he's covered,
went straight.
He's not.
No, he's really not. He uncovers and makes a play on you and picks up good yardage in doing so.
I'm a 26-yard line. But we don't want them doing.
On first and 10, it's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
His middle linebacker in the game would actually dive for a throw. Like cornerbacks do and safeties do. They would have so many more receptions.
And try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
Second and 10, it's Wilson again.
Oh,
and he comes back. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have.
Wow, that's you hate to see it.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
You hate to see it.
Last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard. Had a drive going.
Oh, they're lucky that they didn't throw it my way. That would have been some one-handed interception.
Not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? On second down, here's Wilson.
Oh, no!
He's got it wide open, complete.
Oh!
And he'll be taken
It's
down,
Brandon Marshall's injured.
Across midfield.
I accidentally injured Tyler Lockett earlier
So
this game.
signs of life and what's been a dormant
but literally,
offense in
you're
this second
kidding me
half.
just now.
Here's first and 10.
Oh, Tyler Lockett's back in. But I had to guard my guy.
Wilson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44.
That did not look
Only
good.
3 there on the screen. It's second down.
See, Pittsburgh is 0-2
together
right now.
just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage.
On
the
fire.
blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
Dumps that off to Penny as running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
See what's called Seattle is going to be the most trouble that we've had all game. Other than, like, I mean, not all game, all season. Because their defense is
to throw again is Wilson.
You kidding? See, this is what I'm talking about.
Yes, he got them both down, says the side
I didn't see. If this is my small forward, I would have no problem guarding up top. Because you got up top, and they can't slide in this game. Well, they can, but they don't slide.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Pressure
He got to throw a cross the field pass or get sacked. I think he would rather do a sack because if it was cross the field, it would most likely get intercepted. So we got
on second down, Wilson.
See, look at that. Oh, I forced the fumble. Let's go.
I think the Bears have recovered. They have.
Bro, that
Whenever
must
I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two,
look at this.
I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And
no, you're kidding me. They're overturning it.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
The only thing that they can do is get a touchdown after you're telling me that.
They'll try and run down here with pro size.
Those things are scary. When you fall, like,
defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
First onto
That's
the
a
ground.
win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get
I'm staying in this area too.
They won the first battle. Keep coming.
I don't care if they get the ball. I'm gonna hit stick them.
They'll give it to him up the middle.
And they score. There's 2 minutes left. This is what ices the game right here. See, they score that. We can't. See, it says there's still a chance, but there's really not. There's 7 seconds left.
The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee.
See, we choked the game away. We just choked the game away just now.
Well,
it's not our fault. It's not the defensive fault. We piled. I didn't mean to get me. Chill out.
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of
an
deal.
interception.
That's right up
We
there.
did our part. I got 2 interceptions.
So for the Seahawks, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals.
Doing good with the
and for Charles
opportunities
Davis and our
that got
entire
them.
crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
They could have done
watching
something.
The NFL on EA Sports.
No. You already had cereal. So then why are you asking for cereal? Well, that's why it's a no. Because you don't know why you're asking for it. You just want it. Get out of here. Okay? Bro, what do you mean? Come on. Today is Wednesday. Wednesday. It's not like we have milk for lunch. If we had milk for lunch, that's something else. But we don't. So it's fine if I have milk. Move, Cameron. What are you touching my JBLs for?
JBL? I call JB.
So let's see stats. Cameron, be quiet.
Okay, what is like concerning?
I don't want to hear it, Cameron. Stop.
Lucky boy.
So we got Bobby Wagner. See, look. As you can see, it was clearly their game. They clearly did their thing. I'm right here. I got 6 tackles. I got tackle for loss, interception, return yards. I'm gonna leave. You have a skill point available. I'm gonna do a man-to-man.
I defeated my fears, soaked the towel of my tears. So ahead of my time, what comes next are all my oldest ideas. I'm wiser than my check y'all in y'all beard. I'm willing to fall
Come on, be quiet.
For all of my years. Out in the field, take a look at my shoes. Never had a thought that it might lose. Considering the cost, I had to give them my dues. Never got a talk like you.
So we're gonna leave franchise mode and go to a new franchise.
All these wishing he was done. Oh, you tried it, that's a piece of gum. Now, look at me, I'm the captain now. I'm a cook in this year. I be praying for y'all while I'm praying for y'all. Like a line of bees in this deer. I hated it with no plans. Now I'm usually get near. Oh, I asked her man, cause I'm the mutant in here. We look good, just show us where the camera. Years ago, I had to up my standards. Make your missus Alabama. Turn it to my only private. Swear like she don't got the answer.
See, now I play for that line of Falcons. This is my free safety.
Y'all are wasting your time. I spend it, but I ain't wasting a dime. Might do some favors, but I ain't breaking my spine.
99 overall. 89 speed. 101 zone coverage. 96 tackles. 97 pursuit. 94 play recognition. As you guys can see, I was doing really good on an 81 overall. So, I clearly can do good on a 99. Not to mention the fact that I have a 97 man coverage and an 86 hit power. Defensive player of the week. No coca ice, and I get oh so polite. Be the man of your city, I'll be the man of my country. You could be the man of your city. I'm a be the man. Last game, I completed a challenge. So I'm just gonna simulate because it's automatically gonna give me what I get for gold. See, he has 17 tackles. I have 38 tackles, 6 interceptions, and 4 fumbles. 22 tackles, 6 tackles. 28 tackles and 1 fumble, 38 tackles and an interception. He's clearly doing better. The main reason we do so good is because our defense is sick.
Free. It's the coach. This is the 2021 season on EA Sports. Coming up, Devontae Freeman. Fresh off 100 yards a week ago, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Carolina Panthers. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half. But it's time
you already showed me
football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And we welcome all of our viewers inside a place that the folks around here like to call the Vault. And that's Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. A short time ago, a scene that never fails to stir up the folks here in Charlotte. Cam Newton strutting his way onto the field. His guys are fired up as they get set to go toe-to-toe with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they interplay here. And they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Falcons, they've come in on a nice run of recent form. 4 wins.
See, for my team right here, no, it's not. See, we do super good, right? And I have not won a single MVP I believe I won it last season. But the reason I haven't won a single MVP
now Newton on first down
is because of the fact that I'm a defensive player. It's not that it's impossible to win it, because you can see the YouTuber QJB did it.
Get his catches, so as they move forward defensively,
but it's hard to do it.
Got to continue to focus on
you can already tell
not
that
giving up the
running.
big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
A first carry for Samaje Perine.
He caught me.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33.
If he didn't catch me, I would have jumped that.
Offside. Defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And right away, he lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And they'll take over.
Second he grabbed it. I'm already there. Turnover right there. See, and Devontae Freeman, we trust him on the ball the most.
Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field.
Tackle.
And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this front.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season.
See, it's not complete because it was a tackle loss.
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations.
See, what I'm gonna end up doing, I turned Josh, I can't remember his name, the Jets quarterback, and he won MVP only because I went to his team and I was like, and I went off. Kept on getting him the ball.
3rd and long, it's Newton. Escaping the pressure right. Cam fighting. He lost the football.
This is why you don't run it as a QB.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 37.
My favorite part about playing
Carolina getting set to take the field. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
My favorite part, my favorite team is the Seahawks. But Cameron, I'm trying to do something.
Taking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
My favorite part about being a Seahawks fan is their Madden team. Before this year, Madden 18, Madden 17, but every Madden before that, it was a
now Perine. And he'll go down.
But pretty much, I love the Legion of Boom.
9 good yards here on the run.
I would make a cornerback every year and play for them.
But you got to give kudos
have a good career for them. In Madden 16, yes, Cameron.
But they brought it back to third man to go with that run.
Doesn't matter.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Okay. See, this must be the mean that there's
a shotgun snap for Newton.
If I was that cornerback, I would have gone.
That makes him now 0 for 2 here in the first.
The thing is, I don't get to return kicks anymore. That's not the player that I am anymore, which I don't like. I don't need to be all that. But it gives me a purpose being a kick returner.
Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty
and I can't do that here because of the fact that they're really good.
We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game. And typically those scripts go between 12
You hit the hole, that's what happened. See, I went on the outside because when you run a stretch,
I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Right back to him on first down. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. The numbers for Perine in last week's game: 16 carries, 58 yards.
Feel the pain, bro.
They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air.
Now Perine is stripped of the football, and the Falcons grab it, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
that good. We already got a penalty on ourselves, right? See, we're punting. What am I talking about?
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here.
Yeah, I don't know what you're saying.
On first down, Newton. And he fires one. It's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker.
Let's go, Deion. Let's go, Deion. Pick 6. See, forced 2 turnovers. I already did this last game. You see that? I already got 2 forced fumbles that ended up in turnovers. We already had them.
The drive starts with a handoff to P-Ryan. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
See, I started out with
yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with to have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that. With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. They're up against a 3rd and 2 to start things out.
I'm going to go to the team with I want to say the worst. If I go to the team with just the worst defense.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. And back onto the field now comes Devontae Freeman. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle. They start on the ground with P-Ryan. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
When you put together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll run it here with P-Ryan. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Grady Jarrett with the tackle.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Well, they went with a nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
Fielded just inside the 30. Sheds off the tackle. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And that will... Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field.
Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
They needed some breathing room. He gave it to them. 11 yards and a first down. So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. Newton now to throw. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again.
180.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he slides to avoid the hit. The keeper gets him 7 that time, but it'll lead to a 3rd down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
After the run, Newton going to throw. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field.
And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Set. Back 80.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. And we'll remind at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Set. 180.
On 2nd down, here's Newton. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Newton. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
2nd and 10, Newton again. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. Now a 1st down throw for Newton. This one complete to Devin Funchess. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there for the Panthers. 44 yards. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
180.
Newton throwing again. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard.
Hey, 4 down. We're going to set. 180.
They'll go to P-Run, trying to pound it in. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row.
It's P-Run to begin the drive. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. To throw on second down is Newton. Flush to his right. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage will be found.
Come on now. We're set. 180.
Again, here's P-Ryan, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Desmond Trufant there making the tackle.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. On 3rd down, Newton. He'll get this out to his running back, P-Ryan. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Here's Jordan Berry now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the two tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see two tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
Here's Pirine. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down. Newton. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3. And the Panthers coming out now. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Here's Newton. It was Ricardo Allen there on the coverage. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
On 3rd down, Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah. Wanting to risk an injury. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Here's Newton now on 2nd down. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 32 that time. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves. But they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. On first down, it's Newton. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. It's been that kind of a day so far throwing the football. It just seems like nothing going right offensively.
Yeah, it's a catch that should have been made, pure and simple. And look, everything else that goes into running a good pass route, throw it all out if you don't catch the ball.
Been that kind of game throwing the football so far. Nothing going right offensively. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Here's Newton. Setting up the screen to Pirine. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Newton now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Newton. His throw incomplete. The intended target was Corey Coleman, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. On 2nd and 10, Newton. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. From the red zone now, Newton.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down. And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Newton. He gets it to Thomas. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Back to throw. Newton. That is hit the 7-yard line.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game. Understanding positioning. And tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
He got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Now, field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Atlanta, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the New York Jets. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
pour for the queen.
I never anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him the hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rats in the morning, I had me a pop by the morning, I had me some breaks by the morning, I had a sis by the morning, I got on a meat, no pneumonia, the rats keep me up on the podium, I had a in my shoulder, you got a picture me, you got to picture me, Pacific ice on my ocean, ready for war like I'm Russia, ladies should never the luggage, my diamonds they tussling, my neck and my belly on, they calling for me and they, you want me like me and I look, yeah, her Rex on her, yeah, B-Rex better calm down, yeah, if you go around, come around, yeah, whole squad, yeah, squad goes on the, yeah, make some orange gel on my toes, yeah, Farrakhan glass for the chosen, yeah, you can go and get mad, jumping in the bed with 2 dark teeth, man, who's you, my shawty full